Hey everybody, I'm KK.
I'm Kristen.
Together we are.
KK.
Welcome back, and today is kind of a catch-all, but it's a Talk About It Tuesday. So it's a catch-all for what we've been doing and what other people are doing, and just a little bit of everything. Really, probably we should record what we've been doing separate, but I ain't about that life today. So here we go. So first of all, Talk About It Tuesday, one thing that we've been doing, and maybe a tip for you, because this is supposed to be about tips to help and what's going on in the community, is assembly line crochet. And what does that mean? Well, it kind of means you do it in parts, right? You do all of this part of the project, all of this part of the project, and then the other part, and then sew it or glue it together. So we've been doing strawberries for the grandbaby's birthday party, and we needed 60 as little favors. So we started completing the whole strawberry. I was going to do the red part.
I'm going to do the green part
On the top, because our tensions are different. So if I made a strawberry and she made a strawberry, they would be different sizes. Spoiler alert, they turned out different sizes anyway, because Nana doesn't always do the same thing over and over when she crochets. And I lost count a couple of times, and so they became out smaller. It's alright. Nobody's gonna, who cares? It'll be okay. They're still good. So we were doing that and going right along, and I thought, oh, I'm getting really tired of getting up to this part and then having to stuff it and sew it shut before I can start a new one and then hand them off to Kristen. So I got to the point where I worked up until the very last round of decreases. I worked a couple of those decreases and I cut the yarn, but left enough to finish it, because I only had like 2 or 3 more decreases, and then you sew it shut. So I did that, and that worked really well, because then I'm focusing on crocheting and not having to stop and stuff and sew, which to me takes time and aggravates me. So then I got 12 done in a day like that, just the crocheting part, and I didn't work all day. It was just a portion of time I had. And then I went back later and stuffed them and sewed them together. And that worked up really quickly. So it made me feel like I was accomplishing more quicker. Probably not, but it's a win. So all 60 strawberries, the bottoms, have been crocheted. And there they are. All 60. And Kristen's working on tops. How many tops have you done?
I think I'm on 28 or 29.
I thought you had 30 already.
No.
So she's almost halfway there, and what she did was, when she finished the tops, we're gluing them on, because Kristen made a good point. Nobody's going to keep these forever. Her mama might keep one forever, but nobody's going to keep them forever, and sewing them on would have been very difficult with all the different little stem pieces. I think they turned out cute. I really like them. This is a free pattern. I'll have to check it out and link it below. Can't remember. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
And like Mom did with hers, I did the flat part, because the way it works up, you do the 5 little star looking things, and then you come back up through the middle and you do the little stem. So I would do about 10 of the little stars, and then I would leave a long tail and put it off to the side, and then I'd come back and do all of the little stems all together.
I don't believe that's how the pattern works, but that's what we did for the top, because I think you had to reattach and all this kind of stuff to do the stem, and I'm not about that life either. I'm not doing it. So we just pulled from what was already there and pulled it up through there and chained back down to make the stem. I'm not going to break off and reattach if I've already, Kristen had already started to make the tops when I realized there was an additional portion that had the stem portion on it, and I'm not going back and reattaching, and if there's yarn still attached, I'm going to make it work, and that's just how we do things. So that is actually well, I still pulled up the wrong pattern. I'm trying to give you the pattern. Is it? I'm trying to give you the pattern for the strawberry so that you know where it's from, but yeah, and then my phone is being ridiculous. But anyway, that's what we've been working on. There it is. It's by StellasYarnUniverse.com.
I don't think that's the one we used.
It's the one I used. Is it not?
Mm-mm.
I'm wrong. Whoops. First time for everything. Okay. anyway, she's going to look it up and we're going to move forward while we do that. So that's what we've been working on as far as personal things for family and that kind of stuff. But then let's talk about the other things going on in the crochet world. So I just want to share a few. I don't know all of them. I'm just going to tell you things I've seen and heard about lately. And I've probably missed a bunch because we have been MIA some. You've seen Christmas extravaganza. You think we're still here, and we are. We're talking and communicating, but we haven't had like Talk About It Tuesday and Thoughtful Thursdays. We've been resting and taking care of some things, so it's not a big deal. But I haven't been in the YouTube streets as much commenting. I am watching a lot, but often on my TV and don't get to comment. Or the grandbaby's here and I'm watching, or listening, but I can't comment because I'm doing other things. So I am watching, but I may have missed some. So in addition to all the other ones we've told you about, some of the things going on right now is Be Creative Crafts is doing a giveaway, so you can go over to her channel and check that out. I'm not about to try and tell you anything about it. You have to go figure it out, and I can't remember when it ends, so go check it out. There's a song and questions tag which we have participated in. There is the sock along with us where you can create a pair of socks, any pattern you want. There's a Hexie Cardi party, which we have been doing all year. You can create a Hexie Cardi and join in. There's Christmas extravaganza on our channel, which we've talked about. There is a pineapple and tulips square shawl that you can crochet that was released by Spring. There's a tulip beanie that has been released by Litza. And a mile a minute Cardi by Spring. There's your Hexie Cardi party, brand new one, works up quick. So all of those I will try to link down below. And then there is a crochet along that I could not get away from. I didn't want to get away from it, but I see all of them and I want to participate in all of them, but I can't do everything. But I can share them with you so you know, and you can go and participate in the ones that you want to or you can. I cannot do all of them, but would love to. Usually if I participate, it has to be something small. And this one was something small. It is a 4-week crochet along, and it is over on Craftably Ever After. Cassandra is hosting, and it is her bear in a box. And I just had to. So here's my bear. I'll show you the bear first. She's a little wonky. That's not the pattern. That's the user error. Her eyes are not exactly like I'd like them to be, but they'll do. It is what it is. Sometimes my eyes turn out great and sometimes they don't. But it's okay. And this is a free pattern on her blog. She looks better maybe when you buy. I don't know. Anyway, it's done and it is what it is. So this is the bear that I created. It is with worsted weight. It is, I can't remember this color.
Cafe Latte.
Yeah, by Red Heart. White by Karen 1 pound. Black Red Heart, I'm sure, or it could be something else, who knows.
Maybe.
This is a Premier Pink. Red Heart Red, Red Heart Green, I think. Yeah. And that's a Red Heart. This is not white, I lied. This is Itty Bitty, and it's in like the stone, I can't remember the name of it, but the stone color, like stone wash color. You can't tell, but that's what it is, and I love it. And then this is white, Red Heart white. So, yep, and there's her dress, and yes, there's a strawberry on it. She looks all wonky. I don't know what's wrong with her.
Well, the grandbaby did get a hold of her.
Yeah, but she didn't do that. That was me. This is user error when you crochet, and it turns out all wonky because Cassandra's looks beautiful, and so does everybody else's, but I feel like mine's got some kind of issue. But anyway, she's been in a bag too. She's beautiful. I don't care. So there's a strawberry applique because the grandbaby is having a strawberry birthday party. And there's her little dress, which I love. This dress is so easy, so quick, and so beautiful. The way, when I first read it, I thought, I just wasn't picturing it in my head. My head could not compute how it was going to work up. But then when you read further in the pattern and you start going, you're like, oh, that's genius. It's genius to do it the way she does it because it works up so much easier than so many things I've seen, and I didn't have to fuss and fight to get my stitches in, and they just look beautiful. I just couldn't wrap my head around it because I was having a brain moment. You ever have one of those? You look at a pattern and your brain doesn't work? That's what happened. And I thought, nope, this is Cassandra. I'm going to trust the process. And I know her, and I know that she is a fabulous designer, and I'm going to trust her pattern and trust her process and go with it. And I'm glad I did. I want to make a bunch more of these dresses. Don't let this is not hard. This is so easy. One of the reasons I think I had never done any of her patterns, and I wanted to, was I was intimidated. And I don't know why. I think because her items look so, to me, upscale and professional. And I just thought, I can't do that. I can't make that. And when I started looking at her patterns are so easy to read. They work up so quickly and so nice. Now, I did do the sitting bear because I wasn't paying attention. And it has a sitting and a standing. And I wanted to do the standing one. But I'm really glad I did the sitting one because I did it without the grandbaby in mind. And then when her mama saw it, she says, is that for her? And I said, it can be. And then I went down this path of it's going to be for her birthday with the strawberries. And we found the strawberry applique. I had to split the yarn for Red Heart into a 2-ply instead of a 4-ply to make this small enough. And I think I used like a D hook. It was really tiny. And then the first week was the bear. The second week was the bedding. And so here's my bedding. This is also with bitty stripes. There's the mat. And I did mine with a G hook. There's the pillow. And there's, instead of the bee, not the bee, she has a bee that you can make that is the amigurumi, but she has a sunshine pillow, but instead I went with a strawberry. This is the same applique that is on the shirt. I just made two and sewed them together and fudged this top. Just kind of fudged it, like kind of did what she said, but not really. Then there's a blanket, and so I did a C2C blanket and put the same strawberry applique on there. I thought that was cute. And let's see, is that all? And there's one more week, and I don't know what it is, so we're going to see. Oh, the dress was the third week. So the bear is the first week, the bedding is the second week, the dress is the third week, and then after that we're going to get a fourth week. Please go check this out. I love this. I think that you will find that you will want to make this dress for other critters because I just love it. I love ruffles. And I was really intimidated too by the fact of all this color stuff. It's not hard, and I knew that, but somewhere in my head I kept thinking, yeah. The only thing I did do different is I did a single crochet here. I think her pattern says slip stitch. I can't. I just couldn't. I couldn't get my fingers to do that day, and so I thought, well, I knew I would have trouble crocheting back into it, so I just did a single crochet there, which threw my dress off a little bit size-wise, but that's okay. It's okay.
It's still pretty.
Yeah, so go over, yeah. Oh, the other thing I did is I crocheted a little tube, and it was like, let's see. Okay, sorry about that. So what I did is I've come to find out that when I make amigurumi and they're all in one piece like this, that I have trouble around the neck area getting them to stabilize. And it's my tension and the way I crochet, and they just get kind of wonky. And so I've decided that what I do is, you can see I'm pressing there, and she doesn't really move very much, her head. What I do is I crochet a tube, and so I think I put maybe 9 stitches, like 6, and then increased to 9 in a circle, and then just started single crocheting up until I got far enough till it would go partially up into the head and partially up into the body, so probably a couple of inches. And I then decrease around and stuff it and decrease around so that I have a little cylinder. And cylinder, right? Math words. So I have a cylinder, and part of it goes down in the body and part of the head, and I stuff around it. And that way it's all crocheted. I don't have to worry about it going through the washer. It's still safe, and it's okay. And she can't, she's little, so when she takes this and flings it across the room, the head's not gonna eventually come loose and be kind of like this like loose. And so I started doing that a while back because I just got really tired of finishing a project and taking all that time, and then the head just didn't have the support it needed, and I found that helps a lot. So yeah, that's the one thing I did different for that and the single crochet here. But I really wanted to do a Christmas dress because that's kind of the colors that she worked hers up in, and I still may do that, but I had to do one for strawberry, and I just thought, see, I feel like that I have somehow, there we go, that's better. She has been tossed around a little bit already, and yes, the grandbaby already saw her. She's almost 1. She's not going to know. She'll get it for her birthday and still be happy, right? Mm-hmm. So that's my bear in a box. I don't have a box, but I am going to figure out something or do something with her, and so that's my strawberry bear. And go check out Cassandra's channel and jump in. It's not too late to jump in for bear in a box. I promise you, you can do it. I love her patterns. I can't believe it took me so long to do one. I can't believe it. Cassandra, I'm so glad I finally did one, and now I'm looking forward to doing more. I'm really looking forward to it, and I may even get bold and try to do it in a tiny yarn. Who knows? We'll see. I would like to have a smaller version. I thought about making, she said to make it a playmate, like a stuffy. I thought about doing a smaller one of these. Wouldn't that be cute to have the baby one to be the playmate? So, I don't know. We'll see. But that's our Talk About It Tuesday for today. So don't forget to be kind, because
You don't know anybody else's journey.
bye.
Bye.